Okay, please tell me who you are and what is your career.
My name is Monshell. Chiffon is my middle name, and my career is LPN.
How long have you been a nurse?
I graduated nursing school in 2017. However, my healthcare career actually started when I was about 18 years old. I knew I wanted to be in healthcare, so I didn't really get serious about it then. However, I ended up in 2005, maybe, becoming a CNA.
What inspired you to go into nursing?
I've always been a people person. But really what inspired me was my first job as a CNA. Of course, the care that I thought the residents should receive was a lot greater. And I was told that if I wanted to do something about it, that I should become a nurse. So here I am.
Is this your first and only career choice?
Actually, cosmetology. I love hair. So those kind of go in because it's still like caring for a person. It's just that same gratification that you get out from healthcare, helping someone feel good, making someone feel
Can
good.
you tell us about your journey in getting into nursing?
Well, first of all, I didn't graduate high school, so I knew that in order to become a nurse that I had to obtain some type of high school qualification. So I actually went and took my GED. Once I did that, I attempted nursing school a couple of times actually. Had a couple of obstacles. I ended up like having a car accident, so I caught the bus. I worked, so I was able to pay my friends for rides and stuff for clinicals, and eventually I made it the rest of the way through nursing school that way. And
What was the entry level job like?
I'm naturally a caring person, so I mean I would say a no-brainer, but it's not a no-brainer because you really have to have brains to really be efficient and proficient at this. But being passionate about it, it was like I could do this effortlessly. For people who are starting out, you do need to pay, be attentive, be willing to learn, and be professional about it, because at any level you need to be professional in healthcare. It doesn't matter if you're just starting out. You need to be coachable, and you need to, most of all, be caring and actually want to be in healthcare and not just there.
How did the CNA job for you prepare you for your nursing job?
It prepared me in many ways. It helped me grow and know who I really am. There was a lot of instances where I learned myself and where I knew that it was really for me. I remember a lady in an elevator, cancer facility, and she just looked at me. She said, honey, she was like, you need to go get your LPN. She was like, and don't stop there. And I was just like, why do people always have these, aspirations when they look at me? You could just tell the nurturing and care, that was in me. Man, one day at the same facility, this is where it all started, where I originally obtained my CNA and what inspired me to become a nurse. Everyone was at the nurse's station, and it was dinner time, and I looked and the lady was choking. Saved her from choking, and then when I put her in bed and I noticed after we're making sure she's okay, like she was drooping. So of course, apparently she had suffered a stroke, which is probably why she choked. But for me, saving her life, that was my climax there. It was one of those teary-eyed moments, and for years after, when I would think about it, like it would bring tears to my eyes, like, wow, like that was really what inspired me.
Okay, what level of education did you need to complete to become a nurse? I know you've mentioned it, but can you restate it for us?
Yeah, well, you have to have at minimum high school diploma or equivalent, and that is as of now. So I had already had my CNA, which had made it a lot easier for me, and I think it had a lot better outcome with the experience that I had. There were things that I could see and I noticed and I knew with my years of experience that someone just starting out fresh and didn't know any, wouldn't see what I see.
Plan on furthering your education in nursing?
Absolutely. Right now I'm at my LPN, so I want to bridge over to RN, an accelerated program, and I'm thinking about a program here in Columbia, Missouri at Mobley Area Community College. That's where I would like to go. And so after that I want to go for my BSN, because of course those are my aspirations, my goals, and if I don't complete them, then I'm not going to feel whole. I feel like if you are really passionate about it, you should go further. You deserve the rewards of nursing, and plus I want to do travel nursing. So
What high school class prepared you the most?
I'm going to say it's going to be science. The thing with nursing school, you're going to have to know the anatomy and the physiology of the human body. And it actually isn't that hard to learn, but it is very complicated. But if you are paying attention in high school, when you see it later on, it will become so much simpler, believe me.
What is the most unique or memorable experience?
You know, I've never doubted myself. I just never knew the extent that I would, you know, at what extent I would be a nurse. My first job, I was at $22.50 an hour, worked my night shift, was at a psych unit, and honestly, working in that facility, it was amazing the impact that you could have on persons that generally wouldn't even want to deal with other people. So honestly, I want to say I wasn't getting beat up, threatened, you know, spit on or anything, you know, and I didn't only want to say control over it, but we had a great environment.
What are some skills you had to develop and utilize in nursing?
The first one is leadership. You have to know how to organize, you have to know how to delegate tasks, and you have to know how to handle situations, and prioritization is a big skill, and how to assess situations. The main skill also is professionalism and making sure that as much as possible that you're going by the book and the knowledge that you have been taught.
You compare the advantages and disadvantages of nursing.
I do a lot of agency and travel nursing. Sometimes things get canceled. Like a lot of facilities do have pretty much everything you need. Just a lot of times the disadvantages are the staffing needs and shift needs. Like there's pretty much not a lot of disadvantages. And if there are, I haven't ran across many. I've actually been very blessed in my career. So if you're passionate about nursing, the one thing that is a great advantage is the pay, you know, and the impact that you make on the lives of other persons. That's always a great advantage. And also, you know, just feeling good about knowing that, you know, I'm able to live and take my career in the direction that I wanted to.
What advice do you have for me to pursue a nursing career?
Stay headstrong. And when I say that, that means, again, don't allow others to discourage you. Stay encouraged. And the other thing is just be persistent. And I always said in school, you're going to get out what you put in.
When and in what circumstances does traveling become difficult?
As you know, I have kids, so sometimes that makes it difficult, but that's probably the least of the difficulties. So like weather, or sometimes I'm tired, honestly.
How do you balance motherhood and your career?
Well, my kids have always known that I wanted to be nursing. They actually, we kind of been training this even when I was in school, and I make sure that we all can correlate. We're a very tight-knit family. We eat together all the time. We have meals. As much as I'm on the road, we're actually together a lot, if that makes sense. You know, they see what I'm doing, so it's actually helping teach them and mold them in a fashion that is going to be beneficial as well, so that they will know that, you know, important things come first, and we can always turn, you know, the important things into fun. So.
Okay, what are some important characteristics you think a nurse has to have?
Very upkept, and they need to have a pleasant affect. I wouldn't want to have a grouchy nurse, nor would I want anyone caring for me that don't look like they care for themselves. You know, like they love to see someone other than somebody coming in scrubs. You know, like they love to see that bright affect, and you come in and smiling and greeting them and giving them respect, and that's a major characteristic that you do need to have. So I would say respect, being clean and upkept, and pleasant are some very important characteristics that you should have.
Okay, our last and final question. How has your career affected your personal life?
Well, at first I let it affect my personal life because I let it consume me, because once I started doing it, like all I wanted to do was work. And then it was like, okay, you gotta give yourself a break. So then when I noticed that, I was like, okay, now you have to separate yourself from the two. Give yourself time. And so I had to do that, and I did that, and I feel great. And I hope I stay feeling great.
Yes. Well, thank you for answering my questions.
You are so welcome.
And we hope to see you become an RN and BS and get your BS in very soon. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks.